Keeping in mind, of course, that Thompson Hall Lawn and College Woods were, of course, not on the mind of the 13th century authors, but you get the idea. Of course, anachronism is productive. Go ahead, Seth, fine. But anachronism is productive. It draws out the universal aspects of otherwise quite historically situated literature. Of course, the kinds of films and plays enjoyed by members of Where the Wild Men Are they do explain some of the choices they just made, for instance. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Memento, Dirty Dancing, Fight Club, The Black Tulip, A Streetcar Named Desire, The Importance of Being Earnest, A Midsummer Night's Dream are just a few of the films that influenced their thinking and the creation of that piece. Oh, and of course, how could I forget Star Wars? I'm told that a number of lightsaber jokes permeated their rehearsals, and not surprisingly, exactly none of those jokes are ones that it's appropriate for me to share here. Next up, and setting up behind me right now, we have Chaucer's Knights, who will be performing a little piece called Emelye's Choice. For those of you old enough to know what that refers to, Meryl Streep was called in to make a cameo appearance, but she declined, saying that, and for those of you not old enough, it refers to a book, then a film, starring Meryl Streep, commonly considered one of her best performances. But Meryl did decline, and she called me and she said, quote, "Whitaker's students would surely upstage me." What she said, yes. And oh, Meryl, I've seen at practices of this piece and how right you were. Based on Chaucer's Knight's Tale, Emelye's Choice will transport us to 14th century England. Well, speaking of anachronism, it will actually transport us to a 14th century vision of relations between ancient Thebes and the land of the Amazons. At that, you'll be compelled to marvel at just how well poetry elevates a story onto an epic scale. Without further ado, I believe, is there further ado? No further ado, we will move right into Emelye's Choice.
Glorious day in Anatolia. The palms are drooping lazily and the aspar is spread. It is the time of the bold and the powerful. The time of women.
As a prisoner, when I say something, I've been in prison for most of my last 20 years, so I believe I have the right to speak at least once. Is that okay? Are you sure? I don't want to step on the floor. I mean, I have to volunteer. I have to pressure you. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I am a bit tied up at the moment. And it's all thanks to Chaucer. But you know of Chaucer, don't you? You see, Chaucer likes to make fun of the golden rules of jolly old England. Me, I believe in the courtly code of chivalry, as does any man of honor. But look where it has gotten me, in this wretched land of Amazonia, where I am treated like a wench, instead of the knight that I am. The great scholars, the Sardes and Calondas, will tell you, this is not the way it's supposed to be. But as I have said before, Chaucer likes to make my life difficult.
As I was saying, it is a glorious day in Amazonia. The mother has blessed this day. It is the time of the bold and the powerful. It is the time of women. The mother's blessings fill my soul as they yours. Only, when we sing the praises, I must speak with a slippery tongue. For words of boldness and power do not suit me as they do you, rightfully politics. Sister, Emelye, do not speak like this, for you are still young. Once you are blessed by mother's red flower, you will know what it means to be a woman. I A woman, yes, but the spirit being a man. I've never taken behind the politics of religion. Woman, I do not fear that you only word women to something strong and powerful. The prisoner I spoke to said that we had done things. This man is like a hound. He is useful, obedient, but stupid. Putting faith in his words is like taking advice from a mutt. But he's not from here. He spoke a language so lovely and a place so beautiful. England. Dear prisoner, tell me a tale.
In a land across the water, 1,000 rivers wide, is my home and all its people. The knights are set to ride. To my rescue, God be good enough. Let me die here, amongst the soiled wood and rot. My land is the land of knights, and not the kind of stars. But knights of valor, for their kings, their wounds and scars, are born proud, and not for some woman, sir. There are things here that my mind finds so absurd. A woman's place is beauty, subtle, privacy, unseen. Listen here, ye men. There is knowledge here to glean. The truest form of God is man, a woman twice removed. You play your role in court, and thus thy honor proved.
My lady, you weren't meant for spears, but courtyards rich and green. I won with my sword a noble lord, and you shall be my queen.
No! This cannot be one in a dark and lusty stream. Emelye, grab your bow. We have daughters with the skills we have to show.
You see, she knows the truth, and sees past your shallow guides. Once we defeat you, wretched lot, you think we'll turn our eyes and march back to our ships, through gales of sea, salt, and sand. Ha, ha, ha! Come back with me. I'll make extinct your wretched beloved. And that's it. It's a plan.
Men with certainty, to understand the truth of love and foreign chivalry. Instead of pelts and archery and feet made strong to mirth, could I do more than just my strength and power, carnal work?
Jesus, my lord, the wedding is tomorrow, but please forgive my questioning hand. Aren't you supposed to smite them all when conquering a land?
Listen, my knight, between the war and politics, I haven't time to woo. The hand of some fair maiden, so this method here must do. Destruction can be wise, but consider this instead. By sparing fire to her home is now my bed.
I'll kill him! I swear it's so, I cannot stand disgrace. How will my legion look at me with love upon its face?
My queen, you have fought valiantly with all your flesh and force. To accept this blow is not weak, but under strength the source. What did we know before this, other than the wars that would rage? I promised there was light in what you see now as a cage. And now the gods have chosen us, though we can't understand. By being his, you could be queen of more than just our land.
But what of independence, all other arrows from above?
But what if the light void of a heart that knows romantic love?
Love? What do you know of love? You do not see their scheme. They took us here against our will and chained us to their dream. Listen!
How wise you are, my lord, to find such a stunning Amazon to wed, and to lure even the strongest to the sheets upon your bed.
Happiness surrounds me, but I should not be surprised to find where sheets should be a sword betwixt her thighs.
You see, my forces chivalry, the ending is the same. The rose and burst, the sword and flame are meant to make us slaves.
Who have I become? My heart goes long unknowing for the love it could once taste. But where does that heart guide me? Is it so bitterly I face the salty depths, ere no despair, and once a woman strong, with two paradigms to share, and from them not belong. I make evil of my soul, I deserve not the father's bliss, to my sweet sister not console, deserve not the mother's kiss. Where is this strange place that I find myself, betwixt these worlds, split fast in two? Does this darkening horizon hold my birth, my life anew? All the words enter my head, and then I start to bleed. My mind is thinking of only the things I thought I knew. Before the darkness there is light, which makes me so afraid. But as I leave, I barely wish that I had stayed.